We have a special guest today. It's going to be Nick Kusters. We're going to talk a little bit about his project, his NFT collection, and what's new with Nick. So without further ado, let's bring on Nick Kusters. Nick, how you doing, brother?
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome, man. Good to see you. First, I see that there's I'm going to try. I don't know why why it's showing that. There's like a little icon on the window there, but it's all good. It's not getting in the way of anything. But yeah, good to see you, man. Yeah, it's been a long time. It's good to see you again, man. First, tell everybody, for anybody who doesn't, I can't imagine there's anybody watching who doesn't know who you are. But just for anybody maybe who's new here or joining us from any other community, tell everybody a little bit about yourself. What you do and how you found yourself in the Art Planet community, and maybe a little bit about some of the awesome tools that you've built for the community.
Sure. Hi everybody. I'm Nick. I started in Wax fairly early. I think right after Alien Worlds got their TLM listed on Binance. Shortly after, I discovered Art Planet as well. Like a few hours after the first land sale, I managed to discover Art Planet and miss out on the first land sale by literally like 2 or 3 hours. So that was nice.
Oh man.
And that's yeah. Well, it got okay after. I got some on the second land sale, so that's good.
Oh nice.
But yeah, I fell in love with Wax early on. Saw lots of cool stuff like Alien Worlds and Art Planet. But also saw some stuff that I thought, well, that can be better. Especially for Art Planet, everything was about your rates and people comparing stuff. So
yeah,
pretty early on, I started to build some tools to show off some of the cool things that Art Planet could do for you. And yeah, I think it's one of the most well-known tools for Art Planet besides the crafting tools, which are really great. I think Art Planet has, from all the things on Wax, Art Planet had the most and coolest community tools out there. So yeah, and I was part of that, still am part of it. So yeah, that's a lot of fun. And as Art Planet evolved, so did the tools, so I added more stuff, like the ticket crafting. And after that, I did some data science to provide some tweets with stats about how the unpacking went, etc. So yeah, that's basically what I do. I hop on Wax projects, see things that I think could be better, and write tools for them. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. I mean, and it's there's a couple other guys like you, but you're obviously really talented at what you do. Being able to just whip up a site. I mean, I remember you came up with that tool pretty quick, and you were making changes sort of on the fly at the beginning there, and everybody was loving it. Obviously, it was sort of the hype phase, and everybody was going crazy, and looking at how many millions of people looking at crazy dollar figures and crazy. I'm making $1 million a year this year on Aether, So yeah, that definitely helped with the FOMO a little bit, and but those were fun days for sure. The excitement was certainly there, and yeah, there's been a few other really good tools too, but your tool was of course fit a really cool special niche, and we certainly appreciate it. So tell us a little bit about your project and what you have going on now.
Yeah, well, actually, from making that Art Planet tool and the tools for Alien World, there were a lot of generous people that decided to share some of their wax or tokens or whatever with me, or a nice NFT. Or there's just so many cool and kind people that were like, we like what you do, we love that you don't charge anything for all of the stuff that you do. Here's some love back, So that was really cool. And there were so many people that I was like, how cool would it be if I could do just a little gesture back? So I hit up Atomic Hub and I was like, hey man, I want to have a collection and I want to have that nice orange check mark. And
yeah.
So I went through all of that, all the verification steps that took many weeks.
Which is highly coveted now. Now that check mark is really hard to get. So you got in at a good time.
That was so hard to get for me because I have like selfies with my ID. I have pictures of my wife on her iPad drawing all the NFTs and stuff. There's so many hoops you have to go to. But
oh wow, really?
I like that they and I like my business certificate and so they are pretty strict.
That's good to know.
You can get that check mark, and that's good.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
They get a lot of flack, but I do think that they try to do the best, right?
Yeah.
But let's not get into that. We can chat about that like for days on end.
No, go ahead, man. We actually talked a little bit about this last week. I had Ulas on from NFT Horizon, and we actually got into a little bit in the same conversation. Yeah, those guys obviously, you know, they are, you know, they have to do a lot of work. They have a lot of, I'm sure they're dealing with putting out fires constantly, and have a pretty big responsibility on their shoulders as one of the pretty much premier markets on the entire Wax chain. We actually had some good news today come out of Wax. The bridge to Ethereum is now open. So if anybody didn't hear about that, you can check the Wax Twitter, learn more about that. That's kind of a cool feature.
Yeah, maybe I'm not the best person to talk about that. I'm just like, why would you do that, man? It's like, it makes, to me, I love Wax. I really fell in love with it, but to me, the bridge to Ethereum makes zero sense.
Yeah.
Why do you move from a feeless platform to a place where you pay fees out the ass? And it's like, okay, you can store your tokens there, but why would you do that? Because then you're dependent on that bridge still being there in whatever time. So maybe I'm a bit of a downer, but for me, it makes zero sense.
No, I don't think it's a downer at all. It's just it's a valid opinion, and everybody's entitled to one. And I guess I had just kind of scratched my head for a minute, because I thought from my understanding, I thought what was really going to be important was, you know, for all these months that we've been hearing about this ETH bridge opening up, I of course thought, well, yeah, if we can port our NFTs there, and then maybe sell NFTs on OpenSea or on any of the Ethereum marketplaces, maybe they have a lot more volume or a lot more eyeballs there. That kind of made sense to me, right? I thought maybe there was a way, or maybe vice versa. Like, I thought maybe, you know, maybe you could then bridge your, you know, because even sending your NFTs around on Ethereum is stupid expensive, or I don't know how much it is these days, but just anything you do on Ethereum, of course, is stupid expensive. So I thought,
it's a little bit cheaper now after the last few days.
Yeah, good, right, good. Yeah, exactly.
Like, porting over stuff like NFTs isn't easy, because like on Wax you have the atomic asset standard, and like NFTs on Ethereum are a whole different beast. So that's not as easy to do. Like a token, which is basically just a set of numbers and a ledger, that's not that hard. It still takes a lot of skill. Like, you can look at the TLM bridge for BSC, how that's done, and you'll get a bit of an idea how involved it is. So I'm not saying it's trivial, but yeah, to do something else besides a token would be a lot of work, and not just something that you can implement easily, as far as I know.
Yeah, but, absolutely. No,
let's not go off on too many tangents today.
Yeah, you're 100% right. The you know the NFT standards, you know, it's not like they're all backwards compatible with ERC 721 or anything like that. They have to be custom designed to do so, if that's the plan. And yeah, it's a whole nother ballgame when you start trying to talk about specific NFT standards. So like you said,
it's more than a simple NFT, a simple JPEG, right?
Yeah, it's totally different deal. So yeah, actually, I had brought up your collection so we could take a look at it too, if you want to.
Yeah, and also, like, Our Planet and Alien World are the reason that it exists, because it started out with just 4 NFTs. I see the one we made a few days ago. It plays off of a meme in the top left corner.
Yeah, tell us about that one.
Sorry?
Tell us about it.
What's the story behind it? That's just a little bit of fun playing off the let me slide into your DMs meme. Okay, let's go. I come back to this. Let's go back to the thank you schema, if you want. Because that has the 4 NFTs that started it, and it's. Don't you have the schemas up to the left side? If you have the collection open on the market.
Yep, you're right. So it's going to be this one called Thank You Do No, or Thank You?
Yeah, it's just Thank You.
Okay.
That one has the ones that I made to. Yeah, there you have it. There's like a variant for Alien Worlds and a variant for Our Planet.
I remember
and
this.
It features it features our dog. Yeah, because I had to ask you permission to even use the Art Planet logo, right?
Oh, that's
Because that's something that's very. I could have gotten de-verified if I didn't clear that properly. So I had to hit up both Art Planet and Alien World team to get explicit permission to use the logos inside the NFTs. So basically, what I did is there were a few people that donated like a crazy amount to me. Back then, it was like 1,000 wax. And I gave them the special animated one, which was drawn frame by frame by my wife. It's like every time starting over again for each letter, adding it. So that was pretty fun. These were the first NFTs that we made. I just asked my wife to draw a dark Linus, like have a way to thank people for supporting. So and that was the original idea behind the collection. So now going back to the one that we were just showing. There's a new game coming up. It rose to the top of wax, or leads to Atomic Hub very fast, and I wrote like a Telegram bot for that to check out your stats. And people started DMing the bot and using it in all sides of channels, and it was getting a bit crazy. So I locked it down to just be able to be usable in my room, so I can track it a bit. But there were some whales that were like, okay, I like to do this in private. Not everybody has to see my wallet. So I made an NFT that if you hold it in your wallet, you can DM the bot explicitly. And that was that sliding into the DM. So we took that meme and drew it as Linus, and yeah, that was the funny bit there.
Ah, I get it. Makes sense. That's awesome. That's cool that it has some cool functionality added with it too. And the other thing I really like about your collection is that it's well, obviously just the fact that it's hand drawn. I think that makes it kind of cool and unique because you know, not everybody's doing that OG type of artwork. And then I also really like that it's your girl, like your wife is working with you, so you're kind of a team, kind of a family operation, and that's how I do it in life too. Me and my girl work together, and we're kind of a family business, and
yeah, that's nice because I had like my wife I introduced her to wax after I found Alien World pretty early on, and for like a month she would scour Atomic Hub for like sort by cheapest and just look what's in there. And she would buy NFTs that she thought were cute or that I would like, and she would send me an NFT with a message every day for like the longest time. It was so cute. So that's adorable. Really nice. The NFTs that you're seeing right now are a special kind of NFTs. That's for a project that lets you crystallize FTs into NFTs. So like you have the balance, like the tokens, fungible tokens. You can see here from Expansion, the game, and for Exit Limbo, their token, and for Dust, like the chat token.
Okay.
I made a system where you can, and for blockchain brawlers, you can make Brawl into that, where you could take tokens and convert them into an NFT, which then can be sold on Atomic Hub, and once burned, the one who burns it gets their tokens back. So it's like a backing feature for tokens besides wax. So this started because Expansion was coming out and there was so much hype around the game, and they had like 6 different tokens, and there were no positions on Alcor, and back then it cost money to open those positions. And people were wanting to trade them. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'll just build something that converts FTs into NFTs and back, and let use it for people to trade it on Atomic Hub and not Alcor, so you can set your own orders, etc. So that was fun to do. And after that, it like Exit Limbo was like, can you do this for me as well, so I can drop NFTs in somebody's wallet? Because if I just send them a token, people won't recognize. But if an NFT shows up in your wallet, you're like, hey, that's cool, and they can burn it for the tokens. So. And the same for Dust. They asked me to do the same, and I basically made a system that lets me do this for any existing EOSIO based token out there. So I can do it for Aether, for the minerals, for anything that's based off of the token contracts. I can make this for without changing the contract even.
Oh wow, that's actually really cool. So yeah, any fungible token basically that's on EOSIO, you can then create an NFT that it's the equivalent of a backed NFT. Like on Atomic, you can back an NFT. Wow.
Yeah, and I don't charge any fees for it. I pay the RAM for it because it's my collection, so I'm very stupid like that.
Oh man.
I just thought it's a nice utility. Yeah, it's not used that much, so it's no problem. And somebody already felt sorry for me, and he sent me 50 wax, so that covers more than the fees for the memory. So that's no problem.
That's amazing, man. That's actually a really good service. I would recommend in the future making a small fee to cover your your expenses. I think it's more than worth it. I think you know what you're that having that tool is benefits the entire ecosystem. Like it's huge. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's no worries. If it gets out of hand, I'll think about it. But for now, it's
Yeah,
like,
it's
why
true.
throw up a wall for usage when the usage is minimal at best? So,
It's
yeah.
true. It's true. Yeah, you don't want to add too many friction points, but yeah, I mean, it's a great service and it's definitely worth something. And the fact that you built that and now you can kind of plug and play any token that's huge. And as this ecosystem grows, which I'm sure we all are hoping that it's going to, you can imagine in the future just that's gonna be a really important feature for
And for,
the entire
yeah.
ecosystem.
And for me, it was also like a challenge because I hadn't written that many smart contracts before that. And I was like, can I even do this? Does it make sense? Can I design it in a way that I don't have to work on it every time? So I was really cool. I got a lot of a great kick out of just making that work. Yeah.
That's awesome. Man, yeah, you like I said at the beginning of the interview, man, you provided such great service for you since the minute you showed up and I started seeing your face around. You're just making cool stuff, just a total gem for the community. And now, of course, working to help promote Our Planet, you're one of the newest Our Planet ambassadors.
Yep.
Yeah, so yeah, we of course appreciate that and. Yeah, do you want what you want to tell? You want to just tell everybody, you know, what you've been doing to help promote. Obviously, you've been building tools, so that's like one of the main. I think that's probably one of the main things that the team looks at for bringing value.
Hmm.
If there's anything you wanna expand on.
Yeah, it's like the mainly the tools, but also like there hasn't been a discovery in a while.
Oh
So
right.
like I view our planet right now as a bit of hibernation before the big storm. Like lots of people looking forward to conquest, so I'm looking forward to see that. So it's a bit slow right now, but
Yeah.
yeah, whenever there were discoveries, I would do like after the 24-hour period, I would do extensive breakdowns of what people did in terms of how many tickets and their yields and stuff like that. So